Wowee! Take a good look now first, cause this beef's so hot.
Well, folks, welcome back to Chef Daniel's Chili Cook-Off.
Where the beans are bold, the meat's mighty, and the pressure cooker's humming like a gospel choir on Sunday morning. Now today, we got ourselves a good old-fashioned face-off. Ground beef on my right, Angus beef ribs on my left. Both of 'em strutting like they own the pot. But only one's gonna win the hearts and stomachs of this here kitchen. Alright, now we're talking serious barbecue. Let's dive into the wonderful world of dry rubs and marinades. Two different paths to flavor town, each with its own charm and purpose. First, let's talk about dry rubs. Think of a dry rub as a flavor-packed blanket you tuck your meat into before it hits the heat. It's a blend of spices and seasonings that creates a crust, adding both flavor and texture to your bark. Crafting a great barbecue dry rub. The beauty of a dry rub is you can tailor it to your liking, but there are some common ingredients and methods that lay the groundwork for a champion rub. 1. The foundation, salt and sugar. Salt, kosher or sea salt, this is essential. Not just for flavor, but for drawing out moisture and creating that beautiful bark. It's your primary seasoning. Sugar, brown sugar or turbinado sugar is key for caramelization and adding a touch of sweetness that balances the savory and spicy notes. Point 1, it also contributes to that dark, appealing crust. 2. The savory and aromatic flavors. Paprika, smoked, sweet, or hot. This is a cornerstone. Point 2, smoked paprika adds a fantastic smoky depth. Even if you're not using a smoker. Point 3, sweet paprika is milder, and hot paprika brings the heat. Garlic powder and onion powder. These two are practically inseparable in a good rub, providing that essential savory base. Black pepper. Freshly ground black pepper adds pungency and a slight kick. Point 4. 3. The heat and spice. Optional, but recommended. Chili powder. A blend of various chilies, adding warmth and color. Point 5. Cayenne pepper, for a definite kick. Adjust to your heat tolerance. Cumin, earthy and warm. Cumin pairs wonderfully with beef and pork. Point 6. Then we throw in the heavy hitters. Chili powder, cumin, garlic and onion powder, a splash of tomato sauce, and a good glug of Worcestershire. That's Worcestershire, if you speak in Southern. 4. The secret weapons, optional, for complexity. Mustard powder adds a tangy, sharp note that can really elevate the rub. Point 7. Celery seed, a subtle, earthy flavor. Herbs, dried thyme, oregano, rosemary used sparingly, as dried herbs can sometimes burn on high heat.
Kidney beans, like kidney beans, McCormick chili sauce, 30% low sodium, and mixed peppers.
Start with that holy trinity, the mirepoix. That's onions, carrots, and celery, chopped up fine like gossip in a small town.
The great debate, pass, beans or no beans, what's your preference? Leave your comments.
Well now, gather round, folks, and let old Daniel share a few thoughts from his heart and his kitchen. You see, when it comes to cooking, especially something as soulful as a big pot of pinto beans with ground beef or ribs, it ain't just about the ingredients. It's about what speaks to your very soul. Now, some folks, they'll swear up and down that a chili ain't a chili without them pinto beans. Says it just ain't traditional, not proper. And I can see their point. I truly can. A good, hearty chili con carne, stewed slow and low with those tender beans. That's a meal that'll stick to your ribs and warm you from the inside out. It's a taste of history, a taste of home. But then you got folks like me. When it comes to certain things, like a pile of cheesy nachos or a sizzling hot dog, my personal preference, bless its heart, says, no beans, please and thank you. And that's okay, because cooking, much like life, is all about finding your own path, your own flavor. It's about what makes your taste buds sing. So whether you're a bean lover or a bean leaver, remember this. The most important ingredient in any dish is the love you put into it, and the joy you get from sharing it. Now, let's get to cooking. But but a touch can add depth. 0.8. Coriander, bright and citrusy. 0.9. Methods for a great dry rub. Measure and mix. Combine all your chosen ingredients in a bowl. Even application. Generously coat your meat on all sides. Don't be shy. Pat it in. Gently pat the rub into the meat. You want it to adhere well. Time is your friend. For best results, apply the rub at least a few hours, or even overnight, before cooking. This allows the flavors to penetrate and the salt to work its magic. Store it covered in the fridge. Now, on to marinades. A marinade is a liquid solution used to flavor and sometimes tenderize meat. 10. It typically contains an acid, an oil, and various seasonings. How long should a marinade last? This is a crucial question for both flavor and food safety. The answer depends largely on the type of meat and the acidity of your marinade. Key components of a marinade: acid, vinegar, citrus juice, wine, buttermilk/yogurt. The acid helps to tenderize the meat by breaking down proteins and carries flavor deep into the tissue. 11. However, too much acid or too long a marinating time can turn your meat mushy or rubbery. 12. Oil, olive oil. Vegetable oil helps to distribute fat-soluble flavors and prevents the meat from sticking to the grill. Seasonings, herbs, spices, garlic, onion, salt,
Alright, I got my rice. All done. And bagged up. Okay. It's dirty rice. Need water for the chili. Now mind you, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Top it with sour cream and guacamole, and serve it with cantina-style corn chips that crunch like autumn leaves. Now ground beef. She's quick to cook, easy to stir, and soaks up them spices like a biscuit in gravy. But them Angus beef ribs, Lord have mercy, they bring the soul. Fat marbled like a preacher's Sunday suit, and flavor so deep it'll make you want to testify. We let it all marry in a FARBERWARE pressure cooker. WN CS600. Bless its stainless steel heart. That thing'll turn tough meat tender faster than a grandma's hug. Once the beans are soft and the meats melt in off the bone or blend in smooth, we plate it up over steamed white rice with a side of buttermilk cornbread so fluffy it
I
could
put
float.
up on store.
So I ask y'all, ground beef or Angus beef ribs, beans or no beans, which one's your pick? Drop it in the comments, and don't be shy. This is Chef Daniel, stirring up truth and chili, and I'll see y'all next time for another spoonful of something good.